You know 50 Cent as a music mogul, a television producer, and a rap legend who turned a brutal street encounter into a blueprint for corporate success. But did you know his rise was deeply, explosively intertwined with the notorious Black Mafia Family BMF? The true story behind their connection is far more dramatic, complex, and potentially dangerous than the polished drama you see on your screens. We're cutting through the fiction to unveil the untold saga of power, betrayal, and the street code that shaped two legends. Prepare to have your mind blown as we expose the real, unseen connections between Curtis Jackson and Demetrius Big Meech Flannery. Asterisk. To understand the dynamic between 50 Cent and BMF, you have to first understand the scale of Big Meech's operation. This story doesn't begin in a recording studio. It begins in Detroit. The 1980s and 90s saw the rapid rise of Demetrius Big Meech Flannery and his brother Terry Southwest T. Flannery. They didn't just deal drugs. They pioneered a new model of narcotics distribution, transforming it into a high-end, nationally branded enterprise. Their early business acumen and street smarts were undeniable. Meech, in particular, was a master marketer and visionary who understood the power of status, scaling BMF from the streets of Detroit into a logistical powerhouse operating across multiple states. Complete with a fleet of luxury cars, massive real estate holdings, and an aspirational mystique, BMF established its legendary status by doing what others wouldn't, expanding beyond traditional drug dealing into the world of mainstream entertainment and luxury branding. They weren't hiding their wealth. They were broadcasting it, using it as a recruiting tool and a source of intimidation. This public display of opulence and organized power began to attract notice from both the streets, where they commanded respect and fear, and the music industry, which was increasingly overlapping with street culture in the early 2000s. The groundwork was laid. BMF had the wealth and the reach, and hip-hop had the visibility and the audience. Asterisk. This is where the paths of Big Meech and 50 Cent were destined to cross. 50 Cent's emergence in the early 2000s was perfectly timed. His own gritty background and authentic street credibility were not manufactured. He had survived multiple gunshots and navigated the dangerous competitive world of Queens street hustling. This authenticity made him a natural fit for the BMF narrative. He wasn't rapping about the street. He was rapping from it, and this resonated deeply with the principles of street loyalty and respect that BMF valued. The convergence of hip-hop culture and the drug underworld in this era was undeniable. Money was flowing, and the lines between the two worlds blurred. For artists like 50 Cent, street figures provided credibility, protection, and sometimes crucial financial backing. For BMF, hip-hop provided an unrivaled mechanism for money laundering, cultural influence, and projecting an image of untouchable success. BMF leveraged its wealth and influence to penetrate the music industry, not just as consumers who bought bottles in clubs, but as serious financial players, backing artists, throwing lavish parties, and ensuring their presence was felt, setting the stage for a tense, mutually beneficial interaction with rising stars like 50 Cent, asterisk. While 50 Cent's success is primarily credited to his own talent and the backing of Eminem and Dr. Dre, the unseen connections to BMF provided a subtle yet powerful undercurrent of protection and influence. There were whispers and documented instances of BMF's financial backing or strategic support at various stages, subtly influencing GUnit's meteoric rise. This support wasn't always direct cash. Sometimes it was the guarantee of security at hostile venues, the ability to move freely in certain territories, or simply the powerful, silent cosign of street approval. This created a complex relationship between street respect and music industry power. 50 Cent needed the music industry's platform, but he needed BMF's street respect to maintain his authentic image. BMF, in turn, sought the cultural legitimacy and widespread visibility that only a superstar like 50 Cent could provide. The interaction was governed by unspoken rules and codes of conduct, a reciprocal agreement of non-interference and mutual respect that ensured both empires could operate without unnecessary conflict. These were alliances based on shared ambition and a healthy fear of one another. A precarious balance that had to be constantly maintained. Asterisk, despite the mutual respect. The alliance was not without its volatility. The inevitable clash of personalities and ambitions occurs when two such powerful entities operate in the same sphere. And there were moments of tension or misunderstanding between 50 Cent's circle and BMF when you are dealing with millions of dollars, immense power, and egos the size of arenas. Even a small slight can turn into an existential threat. These were not public feuds, but dangerous, private negotiations that revealed the precarious nature of their alliance. The tension, however, was quickly overshadowed by the legal fallout and ultimate downfall of BMF. In the mid-2000s, federal law enforcement agencies executed a massive takedown, dismantling the organization piece by piece. The legal consequences were severe, resulting in lengthy prison sentences for both Big Meech and Southwest T. The entire hip-hop and street world watched closely. 50 Cent publicly and privately reacted by doing what he does best: surviving. He navigated the legal fallout carefully, maintaining his distance while publicly acknowledging the legendary status of the Flannery brothers. A testament to the code of respect that still held sway even after BMF's collapse. Asterisk, the final and most ironic chapter of this saga is 50 Cent's pivot from direct involvement to becoming a masterful storyteller. Recognizing the enduring power of the BMF myth, he successfully brought the BMF saga to a mainstream audience with his acclaimed Starz series, produced through his GUnit film and television. This move wasn't just entertainment. It was a brilliant business maneuver that allowed him to monetize the very history he was once only a part of. Transforming street lore into primetime television, the BMF series is a necessary mix of fact versus fiction, while meticulously researched and grounded in the Flannery brothers' reality. It naturally takes creative liberties necessary for dramatic television. This allows 50 Cent to control the enduring impact of BMF's legend, shaping how the broader public perceives the empire and the figures involved. He solidifies the BMF legend on screen, while reinforcing his own reputation as the ultimate survivor and strategic genius, forever linking his legacy to the fascinating, explosive, and still untold drama that defined an era.